All right, so this is your girl, Delilah Fitness. So people are coming on. I was supposed to have this topic talked about earlier, but I got so bombarded with clients. I work on Sunday with clients as well, so I was booked. I have a break before my next client. Yes, I work on Sundays. You know, it happens when you own your own business. Yeah, I work on Sunday. Hey, how's everybody doing? For those of you who are new to my channel, name the fruit before I devour it. I am Delilah Fitness. I want to thank each and every one of you for coming to my live. I appreciate it. So as I'm talking, name the fruit. So I want to talk about women's sexuality. Ooh, women's sexuality. I am going to talk about sensuality, sexuality, aging, and the raw vegan lifestyle. All in one. All in one. As you guys are naming the fruit, I'm going to get into it. Now, I am a woman. I was born a woman, and I'm going to die a woman. Let me just make that explicitly clear. Okay? I'm a woman, born a woman, going to die a woman. In this body. Yeah. I plan on staying in this body. Nothing changed. No hysterectomy. They almost tried to give me a hysterectomy because of the fibroids, if you know my story. All right, somebody's naming name the fruit. Oh, dragon fruit. Yes. Love answered it. It's a dragon fruit. I love it. So, as a lot of you guys know, I'm 56. So I'm going through menopause. And I gotta say, I'm loving every minute of it. Not having a period is the best thing that ever happened to me. I don't have to worry about those uncomfortable moments like, is it coming? Is it coming? I don't have to worry about having an accident, where I'm wearing white. I don't have to put any more pads up in me. I don't need any more, it's a wrap. I'm so glad I'm going through menopause. There's benefits of going through menopause, You're not going to get pregnant. No pregnancy. Thank God. And thank God. So, sensuality of women. Now, I got to say, growing up in a religious family, there was a lot of misconceptions about women and sexuality. To be a good girl, not to get pregnant, you don't want to be a slut. You remember those days. Keep your legs closed. You don't want to get pregnant. You don't want to be one of those girls. You remember, we all went through it because my grandmother, she's very, was very religious. And I do remember we having a young lady that was very free with her sexuality. But those people were bad people. But she was bad, but the guys that she was doing it with was okay. It's all right if a guy does it because he's being a man, but the girl is a slut. Let's just say it. And those things haunted me. Okay? They haunted me all my life. I didn't want to be a slut. I wanted to be the good girl, that my grandmother, and we went to church. I went to church, So it's a double standard, and I think it has as a woman, it has held me in a gilded cage. And I'm going to tell you why. It took me 50 years to embrace my sexuality, to be comfortable. Now, there's a lot of women, just because you're having sex doesn't mean that you're having an orgasm. You could be having sex, and some of you guys have never had an orgasm. Never. Some of you guys have never even looked at your clitoris. Because, you're not supposed to do that. It's thanks to the church, it has definitely made it ugly down there. Let's talk about it. So it took me 50 years to love my body. 50 years. 50 years I was in a prison. I was embarrassed of my breath. You didn't want to be too grown. And this, and also going being religious, you have to cover it up. You don't, and I'm going to say it. You don't want to be the one, like, for example, one got raped. Well, what were you wearing? Why were you walking down that street? Why were you walking around that time of the day? So being a woman, it's all your fault that things happen because you shouldn't have been wearing that, because you forced that person to rape you, and you shouldn't have been doing this, that, and the other because it's your fault. Always our fault. And this is the period of being unclean. I remember, and I totally get the religious thing with the Hasidic Jews. I lived in Brooklyn, and you're unclean when you have your period. But everybody got here through a woman, but her body is unclean. So it's all of that really held me hostage. As you can see from some of my videos, I'm starting to feel comfortable taking my shirt off. Like, I got my little bra top, my workout top on. But for years, I've never been comfortable, like, even on the beach. No matter how my body look, it could be six-pack, no pack, whatever pack. It's the psychological trauma from childhood, from church, from a patriarch, misogynist society. If you listen to the music, women are bitches and hoes. And some of us answer to that too, which is a problem. It's like conditioning, but we'll get to that in another phase. But due to years and years of conditioning and of really mentally being beat down and feeling filthy as a woman, and also not feeling validated as a woman if you don't have a man in your life. Now I'm getting older. I'm 56. Now like I know. Don't act like you don't know. When you saw an old woman walking down the street and she wasn't married, oh, she's an old hag. She's the cat lady. That's the cat lady. Nobody wants her. Nobody wants her. She's old. She's the cat lady. Everybody makes fun of her. But if it was a guy, it's a double standard. Like you see guys walking around, they're getting a second wind. They're getting a young girl, 20 years old, with the Mercedes or the convertible, and they're going through a midlife crisis. But men get a double standard because it's a man. A woman is quickly written off. Now, you know what I'm talking about. You do. So I, at 50 years old, have been emancipated. I've been freed of the mental slavery of being a woman. As you can see with the government, they control women's bodies. We don't even have the right to our own body. It's control. And as a woman, I can see it clearly now. And as an older woman that's seasoned with time, I can see the manipulation that I couldn't see before because I was so busy trying to appease other people at the expense of my freedom. But I'm not doing that anymore. So I say this to anybody who's 20, don't make the same mistakes we made. Don't submit. Don't obey. Don't obey. Don't obey. Disobey. Disobey. Crack the code and free yourself. Free your mind and your ass will follow. So I am no longer being the good girl. I am not ashamed of my body. I think all women bodies are beautiful. I think women in general have been sold a bad bag of goods. Of every nation, of every race. Of every nation, of every race. We have been sold a bad bag of goods about being a woman. To please men. Our mere existence being here is to please them. It's like what is it, Stepford Wives? Yeah. So, Handmaid's Tale. So at 56, I'm no longer obeying. I'm disobeying everything. Everything that I've been taught, I'm unlearning. Race, I'm unlearning that. Woman, I'm unlearning that. My sexuality, I'm unlearning that. Who I should love, what I should love, I'm unlearning that. So for me, when I am dancing in my videos, I'm dancing to freedom. I am free. When you see me happy dancing, I'm happy and dancing because I've been freed of slavery. I freed myself. So when you see me dancing, you say, oh my God, and that video is viral. That dance video is viral because you see my spirit. I'm free. I'm no longer dancing to please somebody so they could ask me out on a date. I'm not concerned about being asked on a date. I'm okay being by myself. I'm okay being single. If I should die single as a woman and by myself, I'm fine with it. And it's a choice. It's not that I can't get anybody. I'm not interested. I'm fine because right now I'm detoxing of all of the programs that was injected in me from public school system, the education system, the government, everything, religion, everything. I'm getting rid of everything. I'm actually having a 2-for-1 sale. I'm throwing it all out in the garbage, a garage sale. All of the religion, all of the school stuff, garbage. Disobey. Delete. I'm actually cleaning out files in my brain as we speak right now. So when you see me dancing, I'm happy. Because what you're seeing is a new day. You're seeing a new woman who owns herself. I am not a slave. So if I'm dancing by myself, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. There are no rules. I create the rules. I live my life by my own rules. I'm free. And in case you guys don't know what freedom like that, in case you guys don't know what freedom looked like, go look at my video of me dancing. Of me owning my own body. Of me defining myself, my body, and defining my sexuality. It's mine. What I do with my body is my body. I am my body. So a lot of you women out here that sit around in prison, you have the power to free yourself. You could just walk away. I'm 56. So aging, getting older as a woman, like I spoke of, the double standard with women. You know, men get a pass. He's going through a midlife crisis. He gets the young girl with the convertible, the young girl. And the young girl at one point was us. Every one of us was that young girl. Every one of us. And you know what I'm talking about. You was that young girl when an older man came up to you, was so flattered. He was exposing you to culture. He was taking you to the Metropolitan Museum, to the Guggenheim, to these fancy restaurants. You didn't want to date the young guys because the young guys was too immature because you were so mature. Little did you know it was a trade-off for your youth. You were giving away your youth. This man was slurping you up like a raisin, sucking you dry. To trade off, to expose you to culture, while meanwhile he's sucking the best years of your life out of you. No, it's not worth it. I disobey. I say no. And for all of you that, and I'm gonna say it, for all of you that and I got it too from my grandmother, and I think to and I love my grandmother. I'm gonna say it. I love my grandmother. I fully, truly believe her intentions were not to hoodwink me, bamboozle me. She got sold the same bag of goods, and she just was preaching what she knew to me. I think if she knew better, she would do better. But she was so caught up in it that she did what she knew. And now that I know better, I'm going to do better. And I'm going to be a living example by choice to live my truth. Even if that means me standing by myself. And a lot of times with women, we are so, and I saw it with the R. Kelly and with trafficking of children. A lot of us women will sell other women out. We will do that. There are some of us that know, like even with R. Kelly, there was women luring other women into the den of iniquity. There's other women, so not all of us got it together. We are so programmed that this is the way, that we would throw another woman under the bus. So I get it. I understand why you're doing what you're doing. But if you are that person, and you are a woman, and you know that something is not right, speak on it. Walk away from it. Do not draw another woman in, especially a young girl who is a naive, who's looking to you for guidance. Do not take away her innocence. Do not betray her. I beg of you. If you can't do it for you, do it for her. We look at Epstein. We look at all of the say no, just, you know, all of the people in power that's been molesting children, and we don't say. Some of us can see it and don't say anything. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. So I feel, for me, as a woman who's come into her own, and is living her truth, it gives other people permission to do the same. When you let your light shine, you give other people permission to do the same. And I think if each one of us start to really live in our truth, the world will be a better place if one person at a time heal. That's what I'm saying. So when you see my videos, why those videos are going viral, people can't get enough of watching those videos of me dancing. It's because you see yourself. I am a manifestation, a reflection of your happy moments. And you see yourself. And you say to me, and a lot of you guys say to me, oh my God, you're such an inspiration. You're looking at yourself. I am you. You're looking at a reflection of yourself. If you had enough courage to live your truth, this is what it would look like. It would look like this. It's unfortunate that I have to stand alone and walk this road alone. I would love to have you guys on this journey with me. But you have to free yourself. There's nothing worse than somebody who is living in fear, false existence appearing real, throwing other people under the bus because you're too afraid to live your truth, and you're too angry when you see other people living their truth. You get so upset because you're angry. And that's a choice. You're making a choice to stay and throw other women under the bus. I'm not doing that. So when you see me dancing on Instagram, I'm not selling my body. I'm free because all my life somebody told me that your body's dirty, that your period is dirty, that you are nobody until you get a man to complete you. You have to have these children. You have to do this because that's what you're born here is as a breeder. All women know what I'm talking about. You could be black, white, I don't care how old you are. You were sold a bag of goods from the church, from school, from everywhere. They told us this. When a woman is raped, well, what was she wearing? Oh, she was a slut anyway. Nobody cared about her. She was she slept with everybody, so that wasn't really rape. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. It was. And it behooves me when other women throw another woman under the bus. Regardless of what she was or what people label her, nobody has the right to be violated. Really? Yes, it's not right. Unfortunately, some of you guys wasn't around with the wire hangers. You wasn't around in the 60s when women were inducing themselves, removing the child in alleys. There was so many dead bodies of women that had gotten thrown into the alley because it was an abortion that was botched up with a wire hanger. And a lot of you guys, if you don't know what wire hangers was, you know what I'm talking about. If you're 50 and above, you remember those moments when so many women were dead in alleys, bleed out, because they wanted to have an abortion. Now we have people telling us what we can and cannot do. If somebody incest, you cannot. If the child is, or if the baby, or if the fetus, or it grows in you, you can't do it at this particular point in time. And we're going to tell you what to do with your body. But men could run around here impregnating people, sleeping with this person, sleeping with that person, and he's just being a guy. That's what guys do. But something wrong with her because she's a slut. Because why does she have her legs open? You see how that sounds? So I dance. When you see me dancing on those videos, I dance for those people who cannot dance. I dance for those people who died in the alley. Because you're too scared to open your mouth and celebrate these women and fight for these women. So I dance for all those women. Every time you watch that video, you know why you like it? Because you are in prison. You're a slave. Because you're too scared to open your mouth. You're too scared to speak up for other women. So you just sit there and live vicariously through me and say, oh my God, you better work, girl. You better do that dance. I dance for all those women that cannot. That's why I dance. I'm free. So, me, a woman, 56, menopause, free. That's what you see. You see me because you see yourself in me. So here's the challenge, and I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to stay too long because I got things to do. I have another client. I'm also a life coach. I do a lot of, repair from trauma from childhood. There's so much trauma, sexual trauma. A lot of people have been mishandled. And there's a lot of people walking around here that are hurting right now. And hurt people do hurt people. They do. I challenge anyone. Now hear me. And hear me loud and clear. I challenge you to take my video and dance with me. Every time you dance, you're telling the world, I am free. I dance for my sisters who cannot. I dance for all the ones that couldn't use their voice to speak up. I dance for all of the women who right now are dying because they can't live their truth. So my video, all you have to do, let it go viral. All my sisters in the Middle East that's cutting their hair, fighting for other people who can't live their sexuality. They're in prison because they can't love other women. They can't love who they love. I fight for those women. I fight for love. It's like an oxymoron that I have to fight for love. It's unfortunate that we live in times where we have to fight just to love. So this is the challenge for each and every one of you. Go back to my video and dance with me. And say why you're dancing. Who are you dancing for? Who are you dancing for? So and even men, if you are one of those men that's comfortable in your sexuality, you understand the power of a woman, the mother spirit, the one who gave birth to you, that you came out of her womb, that you are going to stand up for women. That's what it is. So go back to the video and dance with me. I invite you to dance with me. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. Any type of man, and any man that loves his mother, that loves his sister, that loves his aunt, that know he came out of the vagina. Men cannot have babies. He came out of the vagina. Everybody here came out of a vagina. Everybody. There's not one person. I don't care what science is doing, but there's not one human being on this planet that can say they didn't come out of a vagina. Can you say it? I think not. Nobody here can say that. I came out of a woman's vagina. I came out of the birth canal of a goddess. So I invite you to dance. Go back, get the video, take one of the videos and dance with me. Go side by side or shout out. This is for the women who cannot. Delilah, shout out Delilah Fitness. I hear you and I walk with you. I dance with you. I celebrate all of the women. Social media is a powerful, 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 powerful machine. It can be used for good and it could be used for evil. You be the judge. I'm choosing to use this for power to help people who cannot speak, to use it for those who cannot, and to use it for good. So I'm dancing because I'm happy. I'm dancing because I'm alive. I'm dancing for all the older women. Agism. There's a such thing now called ageism, where you're too old for this job. You're too old for this. You're too old for that. No, and that's discrimination. That's discrimination. So we're going to get into it. We're going to make a political statement. We're going to dance. I'm for choice. I'm a person of choice. I'm dancing for choice, for freedom of choice. For those people who are having abortions in the alley. For those people who can't. I'm dancing for people who are living in another country that can't love who they love. They have to hide. I'm dancing for all the sex trafficking girls that are missing, that nobody's looking for these girls. Nobody's looking for the girls. Bring our girls back home. I'm dancing for them. Who are you dancing for? So I'm not going to stay too long. Shalom. I'm with you. Let's dance. Let's dance. So right now, go back to my video. I'm going to leave this video. I'm going to let it play. And it's going to be a replay. And all of the people that are listening to the replay, I challenge you to dance with me. I want to dance with you. So I'm going to go because, like I said, I have clients. I got a lot. Listen, baby. There's so many people that are hurting that listen. My business and my energy has picked up as a wellness coach and as a life coach. Between the mind and the body and what people are putting in their body, the food. I'm a fitness trainer. I'm a nutritionist. I'm a life coach. I'm a cancer exercise specialist. So I deal with people who are in a position where they're fighting for their life. Mentally, physically, and spiritually. The body cannot live without the mind. It's mental. A lot of it is mental. So I have to go and unlock the code in the brain. I have to get in that skull of yours in order for the healing to begin. And also in your heart. A lot of people are dying of broken hearts. People are hurting. They're in pain. They don't know who to talk to. People are crying out for help. There's a lot of people who are broken. And they don't have anybody. They have nobody they can talk to. They live in a big family. You could have a lot of friends and you could still feel alone. They don't have not one person they can talk to. But they have people they could get high with and go to the clubs with, and they could get, they could drink alcohol, have sex with. But even though you're having sex with the person, that doesn't mean that you could talk to them and be honest and express yourself. But you could have sex with somebody that you can't even cry with. But you can have sex. That's what you guys are. And I've been celibate for 12 years. I have not interacted with that type of energy. Why? Because it's so many damaged people that me being a woman and receiving energy, that was making me sick. Between the eating of the flesh, the meat, that was chemical, had processed, and then being in relationship with people who were toxic and damaged from childhood. And even myself, having issues from childhood, didn't want to inflict that on other people. It comes a time when we have to stand up and we have to make a choice. I'm making a choice to be part of the solution. So what you see out there is me being my authentic self by sharing the raw vegan lifestyle with you, which help remove chemicals out of my body. So now I can think and I can actually be in touch with my emotions. I can be more transparent. Because when I'm eating that processed food, it's fake. I don't even know who I am. It's so much chemicals in the food. Who am I? So now that I let that go, I've been raw for over 12 years. Now I can feel again. I'm not using food to numb out. I'm not eating food to hide my emotions. I'm not hiding it anymore. This is really who I am. The food has the medicine in it. Once I started eating the food, I stopped the sexual energy because it was toxic. Because if I'm not eating the food, I'm not going to have somebody deposit their toxicity into my vessel. So I'm purifying my energy so I can be in a position where I can help other people. But this is a really critical time on the planet where a lot of stuff is being revealed. And if you don't heal yourself first, you can't help other people. A lot of people are damaged. But just because it happened, things happen to us all. You have to make a choice, and it's your responsibility to heal. Even though it happened, you have to be responsible right now with what you're going to do with that. Are you going to heal, or are you going to be puking that out on other people or inflicting what happened to you on other people? You become part of the problem. I want to be part of the solution. Part of the solution means self-love, self-care, going out, getting a therapist, going out, finding people that can help you. Instead of saying, well, this happened to me and that's just the way it is and I'm going to do that same thing to other people because it happened to me and look at me, I'm okay. No, you're not okay. You're not okay. I can tell you 95% of the population that's walking this earth is dealing with some sort of trauma. It's the truth. So you got people who are trauma bonding, that are in excruciating pain. They can hide And they use food to numb out. They use food as a drug. Sugar, sugar, sugar. That's why the sugar industry makes so much money. That's why sugar is in everything. Because it's a drug. And until you guys wake up and until you guys be proactive in your healing, you're always going to be a victim. You're always going to get sick. You're going to even get even worse. And you're never going to have this place and relationship with yourself. Prior to a relationship with other people, it's a relationship that you have with yourself. You're never going to be able to be fully in love with yourself. So, hey, I'm just the messenger. What you do with this information is on you, no force. But know that you have been told. So you can't run and say that, I didn't know. You do know. Now that you know, and you met me, now you have to make a choice how you want to play this out. You can play a victim and fall and stay in a sleep mode and just stay focused on your pain and hurt other people. Or you can say, you know what? I'm worth love. I'm worth loving. I'm a lovable person. I'm going to go out and get some therapy. I'm going to go out and seek help. I'm going to go clean up my diet. I don't want no more poison in me. I want to be healed. I want to be whole. I want to feel again. I want to love again. I want to know what it is to love, not just to have sex with somebody and get off and then go to the next person and do the same thing. And then you got a bunch of kids in the world that don't have a father or never knew what love was. Even if the father is in the house, he's emotionally unavailable. But he's paying the rent, but he's not available. You have empty people walking around with no souls. Zombies. So I just wanted to share that. What you do with it is on you. This is my gift to you. Take it and enjoy your life. Till next time, I bid you all peace. And I hope you find what you're looking for on this planet. Namaste, Ashe. Peace.